Here's how to make an academic calendar using Google Calendar, which will be invaluable to keep track of your assignments in college. First, go to Google and go to Google Calendar. Your Bucks account is a Google account, so you can sign in using your Bucks account. You might see an interface like this. This is the classic interface. You can go to the new interface, or it might go directly to this, depending on when you log in. And you can integrate an existing calendar if you have another one in a different Google Calendar. Like this is my Professor Vancello account, and I'm going to go to Settings and Sharing, and I'm going to show you how to add a view of this calendar to my Google account calendar. So I'm just putting in my Bucks account here, and I can choose whether I want to see all events or just busy, and since it's me, I'm going to allow myself to make changes to events with my other calendar. So I'm switching back to my Bucks account. I do a refresh, and now I see that there's my other calendar. All right, so you don't have to do that, but I just wanted to make you aware that it's an option if you want to. Now, you can create a separate academic calendar for yourself within your Google account if you want to. Again, this is kind of optional. But you can make multiple calendars within your account to keep track of things. And then you can look at them at the same time or look at them separately, share them individually or share them collectively. So I've made a calendar called Academic just to kind of separate things. Again, optional. You can do it if you want to or you don't have to. Now, in your regular calendar, either in your Bucks account or in a different Google account, you should add all of your regular commitments, like your work schedule. Put all of your commitments into your calendar, because this is going to help you to see when you have time for classes and when you have time for homework. So whether it's work, volunteering, or whatever. I also recommend you add an address, because if you use Google Calendar with your phone, it will sense where you are and let you know about traffic conditions when you need to leave. I also recommend you add notifications for everything to remind yourself of when you need to go. And one of the great things about Google Calendar is you can set up repeating events. So rather than having to write this over and over in paper, you can just set it to repeat. You can also set it to do email notifications, days, hours, or minutes ahead of the time. I usually set a notification for however long it's going to take me to get wherever I'm going based on where I think I'm going to be. After you add your work calendar or your work commitment or whatever else to your personal calendar, I want you to add all of your classes to that same calendar or to your calendar that you're making specifically for your academics. A couple tips on this. Again, you should set yourself some notifications. So even if you're planning on being on campus, just so you don't forget, something pops up on your phone or on your computer to let you know that it's about to start. Again, you can put in the address so that you'll get that notification. And I recommend that you put the room number right here just in case you forget. That way when you do integrate it with your phone, it's just going to pop right up on your phone. You're going to see right where to go and not have to worry about that. If you've already created the event, you can edit it by clicking on it and then hitting this little pencil icon. And that's when you'd want to set your classes to repeat as well. If you have a once a week class, you can set it to end whenever the academic calendar shows you the semester is over, or after 15 or 16 weeks, looking at your syllabus, see how often your class meets. Then hit save, and it's going to populate across all the weeks of the semester. And then you might need to go into certain weeks like the spring break week to delete it or whatever. There's many different views in Google Calendar. You can go to the month view. The schedule view is very nice as well. It just puts all of your different items in there. And I noticed that it says Building M here, although I didn't really want it to say Building M. So I can edit all of the recurring events at one time with this pencil icon again. And I don't want it to say Building M. That's not where I'm going to be, so I'm just going to delete that part of it. So it's popping in whenever I click that. Let me just delete it and then try to hit save without clicking on that. And it asks if you want to do all events or just that one event, and I do want all the events, and there we go. I'll go back to the week view, and like I said, I recommend you add every one of your classes and important assignments. The nice thing about Canvas is that it creates events for all of your assignments for all of your courses that use Canvas. So you can, again, add all of your classes, like you might have ENC 1101 or whatever. Add all of your classes each day so you'll, again, know when you are free and when you have commitments. Set it up to repeat. And then I'm going to show you how to add the Canvas calendar. And you only need to do this one time for your whole time in college, and then it's going to integrate. So here is another tab that I'm logged into Canvas at. I'm going to go to Calendar, and then get the calendar feed. You can triple click right here to select everything, and then right click and do copy. Go back into Google Calendar, hit the plus sign, and you're going to add a calendar from a URL. You're going to paste with Control V or right click and paste. Do add calendar and go back out, and you're going to see that this has added this. You see it says my Canvas calendar right there. And it's added these events up here for all of the assignments in Canvas for all of the courses that you're in. All right, so you can use that information to get some information about the assignments, and also, most importantly, to schedule time to complete those assignments. So if I know I have that discussion one assignment due on the 9th, I'm going to schedule myself some time on January 8th to actually do the discussion. And you'll have to estimate how much time you think it's going to take you to do assignments. Discussion assignments in this class will only take about a half hour or so. You can change the color for calendars. So since that's kind of an academic calendar as well, I'm going to make it a color that's closer to the color of my academic calendar. And you see it's got all kinds of events. Now, I do have discussions that are due more often, so I'm going to take advantage of the ability to create repeating events for my assignments as well. And I'm just going to say, hey, every Monday and Wednesday, I'm going to schedule myself a half hour to work on those assignments and for the rest of the semester. Again, look at your syllabus, look at the Canvas calendar that you just added, set yourself a notification to remind you so that it pops up and you won't forget about assignments. This is such an important, such a useful thing to do. I can't recommend it strongly enough. Also schedule things like reading your textbook. Schedule time for reading. You should be spending 2 to 3 hours outside of class for every hour inside of class for classes that meet, for face-to-face classes. And you should schedule even more time for online classes because you should need to do online activities to compensate for the missed class time as well. So for all of your classes, schedule time to read. Reading can really pile up as a college student. So find a time that's going to work for you. Last thing I want to show you is how to add another type of thing to your calendar called a reminder. And I'm going to show you by putting this a day in the past. The thing about reminders is, notice I tried to put it on the day before today. I tried to put it on the 6th, but it popped it over onto the 7th because the 7th is today, the day I'm making this video. It is going to stay on your calendar until you click this mark as done. So things that don't have a specific time associated with them, just you know you're going to have to do them at some point, make them a reminder and they're going to go with you. Now I'm going to show you how to share this, both for sharing it to other people and also for submitting it for your assignment. You go to the public URL for this calendar and you copy that. And notice up here you have options for access permissions, whether or not you want to make your calendar public. And if you do make it public, you can choose to only show whether you're free or busy or not. I want you, for this assignment, to make it available for Florida Southwestern State College. That way, when you paste it up there, you're going to be able to see it like this, and I will be able to see it to see that you've done this. I just want to make sure that you've added the class and a few other items to just so I know that you've gone in and set this up properly.